Hi everybody, it's time for the weeklies from June 1st to June 15th. Just want to tell you that the Facebook contest will be announced tomorrow, the winners for May. However, the contest will continue, so please, if you haven't joined Facebook pages, just do, and every comment, every share, everything is like earning you one entry toward the contest that will be for June. So it will be 3 extra readings of 20 minutes, so join in. Another thing this month is your ex coming back series is coming out shortly in about a week. So if you want to get a reading, this is still on a special for $50 instead of $60. So contact me for your personal reading. So let's jump in and see your weekly readings. Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your bi-weekly June 1st to June the 15th. Let's see what is in the store for you. Alright, Sagittarius, June 1st to June 15th. June 1st to June 15th, Saggies. Oh, we have some messages. So there you go. You guys are coming out, being in the right place at the right time, saying the right things, and this is some kind of confession. This is some kind of apology. You will be either getting one or giving one. It also could mean some kind of closure and coming to terms with who you are and kind of like reclaiming yourself. Okay, Sagittarius, June 1st to June 15th. Sagittarius, June 1st and June 15th to June 15th. Okay, Sagittarius from June 1st to June 15th. Alright, so we have King of Pentacles, then we have Empress reversed, then we have Knave of Swords, Knight of Chalices. Good gosh, it's going to be a very sociable time. The Star. Oh my god, is somebody's birthday? It's not yours. Knave of Wands again. 5 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 4 of Swords, and Ace of Cups. It's, as I said, like, it's full of people. This could be children. I don't know if you guys have children. Like, I mean, it could be a couple over here, or it might not be a couple because one is up, one is down, but it's certainly acting as a couple. It could be that you are coming on the same page with your ex over children, and there is a communication, and the communication channel is open. It's establishing boundaries over here. For some of you, there is still some kind of relationship from the past that is lingering, that you're kind of like having a hope and hoping for. You're hoping for communication, you're hoping for somebody to chase you. So these two cards together, and you know that I rarely say the signs, these both are actually connected with Aquarius, not in particularly air sign, but just Aquarius. So for those of you that have Aquarius in play, this is so much more important. And you do have 3 wands, so you're coming back to yourself. You have 2 swords, so there is like some thinking process. So it's pretty kind of like equally distributed. So let's see, the Knight of Chalices, like in the past, it really talks about, you know, romance and coming forward, and kind of like being able, being able to romance somebody, saying that you're sorry. It's literally working with another person, right? It can also mean really stepping on somebody as well. Kind of, it can be overly sugary, right? So kind of like, but it's certainly mostly somebody who acts with ideal of you know, art, of relationship, of gentleness, of understanding, right? You see, it is kind of achievement. There was like something in the past. It could be that you had a romance with someone, but then you became single. But this is a good single. This is kind of like standing firmly on your 2 feet. Maybe something didn't work out, but it also looks like the death is like you're still coming back to some old past issues for some reason. And this could be about some kind of romance that you had over here, and that kind of like really meant a lot to you. And even though you're kind of like really solidified yourself, it is making you kind of wonder if you kind of like miss something. So this kind of like means senseless loss, that you lost someone because of some actions that maybe were not premeditated, but nonetheless certain things happened that kind of like drew the line on something. And you see, what happened was like some harshness. There were some kind of harsh words. This is like talking about putting your nose in other people's business. I see lots of people here, so there were lots of people included, because you see, like, I mean, they're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and then we have 5 here. Like, I mean, it was a need to establish the boundaries in the situation, and they were not, and like things were collapsing. It was kind of bullying back and forth. You see, you're coming in this whole period not really feeling strong. There is some kind of lack of commitment, either on your side, on your part, or somebody else's part. It is kind of like feeling completely dissatisfied with life and the events that kind of like took place. However, there is you standing, like you are kind of being responsible, you're being loyal, you're being stable, you are getting a hold of your finances. This could also mean that it could be work related, that, you know, you left something and something that you love might be slipping through your fingers. This could say the same thing, that maybe there is still about something that is creating current stability and luxury in your life, but it's kind of like slipping away. Or it could be there is a relationship that it's kind of either on demand or not working out. It's basically talking about go and persist. King of Swords, pardon me, Knight of Swords is like sort of like a no fear knight, right? It basically comes, when it comes in the reading, it talks about excitement, movement, and it is like time for you to be a hero in the situation, wherever the situation is. And it is about some kind of resource that hasn't been exercised so far, that it's talking about something untapped resource. Or it's also like, honestly, to me, this card talks about friendship, that maybe, and again, we are talking about the air sign and trying to build something firmly. So this is kind of puzzling. Why is this Empress coming reversed? Because this is kind of a card that talks about mothering and nurturing. So hence, like, because the two of them came together, I would say this is a couple that is really working on establishing friendship because of their kids, right? But it could also mean that there is somebody who is clinging on to you very much and trying to kind of that you don't feel this is for the right reasons, that yeah, they're like trying to kind of get, like, they're almost embarrassing themselves. There are kind of like certain means over here that this is somebody's juggling somebody. Something happened here that it was somebody else involved, it looks like, because look, here is the person, like, and this is not you, and it looks like the third person, but the third person is not in your life right now either, and you're longing for somebody and somebody's longing for you. That's pretty much how I would really talk about this, that kind of we have more things that actually looks here. And it's also an ability, this person kind of like has an ability to get things done, because like you have a 1, you have a 2, and What else? Are you keeping secrets, Saggies? Because this kind of tells me that this other person here that is reversed, or maybe the other person is keeping secrets, or somebody is doing something deceptive and secretive, or you will be going through this fog and kind of cutting this off, kind of like getting to some kind of terms of certain situation. And you're going to do this by kind of standing firmly on your 2 feet, right? And you will encounter something that literally you're going to, maybe this can also be seen that you'll be cutting somebody off and their friendship and their willingness to kind of like sneak something away on you. It could also mean that somebody's telling you they're pregnant just to keep you around. Certainly there is some kind of deception happening. On the other hand, there is like this vision, there is like hope, there is, you know, maybe communication with someone, right? The star talks about something soft and gentle and something that is healing, and it's certainly a renewed faith in you, in yourself, in life. Even though, look, like this is the first stage, and then you have to start kind of like moving on, because the Fool is really kind of like deciding it's time to move on. It looks like you're still, like, I mean, I still see it everywhere. You're longing for someone. Maybe this just simply means that somebody was a foolish choice, especially if that was Aquarius. You see, you really wanted something with this person, everything, like from 0 to 10, this emotional fulfillment, love, something slipped through your fingers. You see, like I see this is really painful. This could also mean that you're telling to the world that you are feeling fine, and you are not feeling fine. You're actually feeling foolish. You kind of like fake it until you make it. But it does feel that, you know, like there is this, even though you're standing firmly on your 2 feet, which is really good, it's kind of much better than it was before, at the same time there is a little bit of depression. There is, you're still gathering your strength, you're still not fully on your horse. So there you have Knave of Wands, and this is really talking about cheerful times ahead, and I kind of really like it because this is going to be in your immediate future, probably the first week in June, and this could be a new job opportunity or even promotion. So if somebody got pregnant, then this is going to be a news about that, because it's usually like talking about happy times and determination, and it's certainly an opportunity. It's certainly something that is being presented to you. You see, it could be some joyful times in love. So 3 of Chalices does indicate kind of like going deep, finding out what really makes you happy, being spontaneous, having something that is unexpected, like joy or pleasure. And then you have 1 of Cups in the end. Mind you, with somebody you didn't want to even go and build friendship, but it looks like here passion and emotion together. And so there's Queen of Chalices. So it can be kind of connection with someone who basically is nurturing. I mean, Queen of Cups is really almost mystical. Somebody could be kind of empathic and certainly sensual, loving, and this talks about emotions, so passion, emotion, and celebration. So it could be completely a new relationship, but this can also talk about a loyal wife and a mother and a best friend. So I'm confused, because then who is that Empress over there? Or it could be that there is one aspect on one person that you really want to kind of like focus on, or again, this could be even a third person. It could be that you had somebody in the past and you got hurt, that you are dealing with somebody also from your past who you don't want, and now there is like a new person on the horizon. This also could mean that you're just reconnecting with this person who you didn't want here, now maybe you're going to kind of find a common ground and even find how to find this connection. Or it could be this person from the past that somehow comes back to your life and gives you this emotional fulfillment that you need. Because it looks like the person was more like of a verbal and cerebral kind of like type, and this here person is somebody who is really nurturing, right? So this talks about how you feel is like you're still on guard, you're trying to establish, you know, your boundaries, you're trying to see how far you can push. It's also trying to work together with the other people, but as I said, you have lots of people around, and this could be really mixed results over here. Yeah, and really not moving, not making big advances forward. It's going to come to you that it's time to move to the next stage, right? So here you had a Fool. You kind of like, you'll be going through it whole 2 weeks, that kind of like you have to put this book or turn to a new chapter. The World is a really good card. It's like, maybe some of you don't want to hear it, but it's basically telling you about the successful achievements. You kind of reach the goal, you kind of like accomplish what you really want to accomplish, right? Enjoying rewards. So this could be about that job that is being offered, that you're going to feel it like really it's some huge advantage and some kind of like huge step forward. Like in your environment, you still have some kind of negativities, and you might be surprised with certain things and people. You may find out certain things from the past. Somebody lied to you, somebody deceived you, and maybe you were holding like and keeping this back of this person. You were like really trusting them, and now it's kind of you're finding out that all of that was a complete lie, and you're going to really vocalize that. You're going to kind of, this talks about victory, or maybe this means that you're going to find some truths that are going to confirm something that you knew all along. Yeah, that's exactly it. There's going to be some kind of confession. Certain truths will come to the surface, or this can mean a closure, or this can mean explanation or apologies coming forward here your way, and you will really feel, it will make you feel victorious. It will make you feel that all effort was not in vain, right? Sort of kind of like, it's not a good feeling when you were right about something that was wrong, but it's a feeling that, okay, I'm not crazy, kind of a feeling, right? So with all these events, you will kind of like take some time off for yourself, kind of like go deep inside of it. This is certainly kind of retreat. There you go, you're coming out again with coming back to balance of who you are, kind of merging good times, being in the right place, doing the right things. It's going to create some kind of activity. It might be some kind of communication with someone. This is certainly a swift action. You are like waking up from a dream, and you have been like very stagnant for a while, Sagittarius, and then there you go, you know, like you're opening this completely new thing. It could be a new love, it could be definitely a new opportunity, and you know, it's certainly something emotional that is coming back. So it's kind of interesting because, again, you had a 10 over here, and this is kind of coming in a crown position as well. So you're like going to chase someone, or you are going to be chased. And still it's going to be wonder. So I do think it's somebody from the past, but even if it's not, you do have a hesitancy on some level because you're wondering if you can manifest this, but it's certainly going to be a new love on the horizon. Okay, Sagittarius, let's do clarification. I want to see this category because that's kind of, okay, I conquer, what is it, Veni Vidi Vici, I saw, I came, I conquered. So let's see what basically this talks about. What is the situation here for Sagittarius that is going to make them feel victorious, or that is going to come to the surface here. Servant, faithfulness, and sorrow. So yeah, it is the apology over something. So again, just like as I said, you have been loyal to someone and somebody was deceiving you, and you're going to find out about it. It's just simply going to confirm. I think you're probably having some issues, wondering if you should kind of like reconcile with someone, and certain things will come to the surface and will kind of like make you clear in which direction you're going. Okay, so let's see then, what is this happiness over here and passion? So what is this going to be all about in front of you? See, again, you have like the same card coming twice. It's certainly a Sagittarius. You're invited. You seem to be it's going to be a nice person to have around. What is this deception? What happened here? Yeah, somebody, widower. Did somebody who could have died, somebody could have refusing to let something die. Somebody might be fighting for you, you might be fighting for someone else. Certain things could be buried, right? So this kind of like widower, and then you have a dead here, kind of interesting. And somebody thought that maybe certain things are already in the past, and that kind of like you moved on. So widower is like finally making having ability to get dressed and go and visit his, you know, wife's grave. But the things did come to the surface again. You haven't forgotten about it. Give me one more card there. Yeah, you know, you didn't forget about it. For you something was really important. It could be somebody who is long distance. It could be something that you're still longing for, or it was involving somebody from long distance. Yeah, and something that involves some kind of lies. You have been really lied to, and this is coming to the surface. And I think this is like also what Knave of Swords means, kind of like you will really verbalize things that kind of bothered you. Yeah, and this kind of like is going to give you this kind of lightness and feeling of release. Yeah, I think you're coming to the closure. So what is this death reverse that you were not letting go of? Yeah, you were not letting go of love. You're still having feelings for somebody. So what is this all about over here, the star? It is either you, Sagittarius, maybe, or maybe somebody's married in a situation and it was not meant to be. I think that's why it is. It was foolish. Like you did something foolish, or somebody did something foolish, which was everything to you and didn't happen because maybe the circumstances were not right. Maybe the timing was not right. Yeah, you know, it kind of puzzled you why things didn't work out. So let's see this outcome over here. Yeah, you might have like too much pleasure, because 9 of Wands talks about one night stands as well. So it's kind of like you have to define, do you really want to love, you want one night stand. This talks about having a little bit too much kind of fun. And I have a whole bunch of cards jumping here. It's too many. Okay, let me get one more card for these 2 weeks. There we go, 2. Yeah, interestingly, so now this means something hasn't been built, kind of like lost effort or failed effort. But you might actually revisit the situation here. It could have been a third party, or you have been a third party, or it was some kind of interference, and it might be conversation about that, and kind of trying to resurface this, because these are secrets, and try to resolve this and turn these things around. And I also want to see the world. What is the world all about here? Sagittarius, this is really positive. You're going back because your sign is supposed to be highly optimistic. You cannot take negativity, but you have been a negative sign for such a long time, so it's turning around. Yeah, you know what, some of you are getting divorced, some of you don't want to work Yeah, again, there are lots of people here, Sagittarius. You might have, yeah, you constancy. This is this King of Pentacles. Okay, so now I have the entire picture. So, okay, it was somebody in the past. Somebody in the past, and you were very much in love. At least you were very much in love. And it didn't work out. And it didn't work out for really bizarre reasons. And it does look like you have been with someone, or something hasn't been finished, or somebody interfered. And it just cannot be helped. It's finished, and it's making you really weak in your knees still about it. And you're still kind of like hoping for this person to kind of like be, the person is still in your thoughts. But having said that, at the same time, you are not fully free from somebody, because that somebody is still fighting for you here, but it's also somebody feeding you with information that you know it's not true, which is going to be confirmed in these 2 weeks. Then at the same time, you are moving on with your life, and you're reclaiming your life. You're going to be happy with your choices. It could be another person here, Queen of Chalices here, so it could be a completely new person, or it could be that person that had actually already brought you misfortune in the past, and that you'll feel, you know, that you need to move on. But I really think this really means kind of going in a new romance over here, rebalancing yourself and moving forward in a new relationship, or even trying to go back and win this person over. Okay, so we will see now. Let's have one card for advice to seal this reading. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by religious upbringing and spiritual path. Well, this card is to me a card of familiarity, sticking around with someone for the reason of tradition, for the reason of you think you have to. So that's the King of Pentacles, loyalty. This is this constancy. So yeah, you know, you are trying to be a good woman or a good guy, and being reliable, and yeah, and then there's a past life relationship also at the same time. And let me take one more, because it's a really complex reading. And a honeymoon, exactly. There's somebody from the past, there's somebody that is existing with whom you have to deal with, and there's like somebody either new or refreshed. So Sagittarius, I don't know what to tell you. It's going to be fun and games for you the next 2 weeks. Enjoy it. Yeah, call me. Okay, take care, love you.